Hey guys, it's your girl Diana, and today's video is going to be about my law school routine. So I've been in law school for about 2 semesters, and my study routine has been changing ever since the first day of law school because I didn't know what I was doing back then, and now I think I have an idea of what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to be doing. So I feel like I finally have a concrete routine that will help me get the grades that I want this semester, because it does have very drastic measures of studying. However, it's not too difficult to maintain. So I live in Malaysia, but I'm currently learning the UK law system, which is quite difficult to be studying the English legal system without actually living there. So although the laws are quite similar, it's not exactly the same. So what I found difficult in my first semester was trying to adapt to being able to study UK law without actually being in the UK. Also, the fact that I had no knowledge about anything legal related, so that was extremely difficult. Jumping into the first semester, I did not understand what was going on. I struggled a lot, but now at least I have a basic understanding, so everything's just a little bit easier this time around. So how do I actually study? Well, first things first, whenever in class, I make myself a to-do list of things that the lecturers either have asked me to read, or any reading that I have to do my own, to make my own notes, any tutorials that I have to prepare for. It's all written down in my Google Keep app on my phone, because I'm allowed to have my phone out during lectures. So I just take my phone out and just type it down, and that's it. I make multiple lists for basically everything that I have to do. I have it for my uni, I have it for YouTube, I have it for any other miscellaneous things. This is just to make sure that I don't get too overwhelmed with the amount of things that are in my brain that I have to keep track of. So writing it down, or at least putting it somewhere, just eases that burden. So when I get home from uni, I know that I'll have to retype my lecture notes. I know that I'll have to read my textbook and then write notes about that, and then any tutorial problems that I have to do. So I keep all of that written down in a separate post-it note that I keep on my study table, just so that I know what I'm supposed to be doing, when I'm supposed to be doing, and how much time I have to be doing it. This also gives me a rough estimate of sorts for when I'm supposed to be getting things done. So like before a lecture, before a tutorial, an assignment due date. It's just all on that one post-it note, so I don't lose track of it. Oh my goodness, I cannot stress this enough, the importance of keeping a planner in law school. I just use my planners for big dates. So if I have any quizzes, any tests, any exams, any assignments that I need to prepare for, it's just all written down. So I have my assignment due dates, and then I backtrack on when I need to start reading and writing my assignments, just so that I have a set date that I need to start, and I don't just start like 2 weeks before and completely kill myself trying to do it. I also have a study schedule. This was actually set up by my lecturer. She helped us plan out a cohesive timetable of sorts for what we're supposed to be doing. She just gave us like time slots, and we had to decide what we were going to do when. So basically, I study 2 hours every day, at least, excluding homework that needs to be done. But obviously, I study more on weekends and any days where I spend less time in uni. So I'll just head over to the library or go to Starbucks, since it's pretty close by. Just buy myself a drink, get my laptop, get my textbook out, and just start doing work. Because I'm generally more productive when I'm just not at home, because my bed is at home and I want to sleep. So another important thing is to attend lectures and make sure you take notes. Some unis record the lectures, some unis let their students record their lectures in a voice note. My uni does neither of those, so I need to make sure that I'm there and taking notes, because if not, I'm just going to be lost and I'd have to read the textbook, which is like 60 pages long, and I'm just not up for it. At least when I go to lectures and I take out my notes, I have some form of idea of what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm reading my textbook, instead of just reading everything from it. So I either take notes in lectures, either through the PowerPoint app itself on my laptop, so I just type everything out onto the little notes section at the bottom of it, or I use my iPad Pro. So I have the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil, and I take notes using GoodNotes 4. So generally it's just me annotating my slides, because for one of my lectures, my lecturer just writes down the case name and no detail for it. So we'd have to write down the case facts next to that case name while she's talking to us, and that's really simple. And then I come home, just rewrite them, type them out into my laptop, so it's like studying and reviewing the material once again, so it's fresh in the mind. I feel like my iPad Pro has a lot of benefits because I'm still eco-friendly in a sense, but I'm still getting the benefits of writing. But it really does just take up a lot more time compared to typing. So I kind of sometimes fall back in lectures, which is why I have my friends to rely on. I just sit next to someone I know so that I can look at their notes if I'm ever left behind. So as I was saying earlier, I come home, rewrite my notes. So when I'm doing that, I'm not just retyping my notes, I also take notes from my textbook. So before I start the study session, or as I'm typing out my lecture notes, I'll crack open the textbook, look at the same section, read it, see if there's any information that will be important for my notes, see if there's any elaborations or any examples, any cases that will help illustrate the point that I'm trying to make, and that will help me in my essays. So just before my finals, I will finalize my outlines. My outlines consist of my lecture notes, my textbook notes, and any academic opinion if it's required for that subject. These outlines are very consolidated, so they only have important facts. Any cases, anything that's generally just really important for me whenever I'm writing my essays. Anything that's additional that doesn't matter just won't be in my notes, and they'll be like deleted, and then that's it. I never have to look at them again. So this will obviously be really easy to study, although for my constitutional law notes last semester, I had about 84 pages because that's how much information there was from my lecture notes, from my textbook, from academic opinions. It was just a lot. However, if you think about it, 84 pages compared to 300 over pages of unnecessary information, I'd rather read my outlines. So last but not least, obviously practice makes perfect. A month or two before finals, I'll start writing essays because my lecturers grade my essays. So I'll write it, give it to them, and then they'll hand it back to me once it's graded. And that way I know where I can improve, what I need to improve on, if I have any missing parts that I need to put in. It's just a lot easier. I'll also look through my tutorial questions, so anything that we didn't go through in lectures, I'll look it over, I'll answer them, I'll pass it to my lecturers, and I'll get it back. So that's it for my study routine. Pretty much it. I study, I rewrite my notes, I read different sources, keep myself interested, and that's it. Just rereading, and then I'll do a little bit of active recalling, and I'm pretty much ready for finals. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.